Hey everyone, it's Jonathan here, founder of Driving Academy, and today we're going to be discussing the pros and cons of team driving. Before we actually talk about the pros and cons of team driving, you probably should understand what team driving actually is. It is exactly what it sounds like. It's a team of people driving one truck. By team, we mean two. So the way this works is the truck runs on a 24-hour basis, and then the actual drivers start taking turns in different shifts on when they'll drive. An actual driver can drive up to 11 hours per day. That means if you have two drivers on there, 11 plus 11 equals 22 hours, which means in a 24-hour time period, that truck should be down for about 2 hours itself. Because of course you got to fuel and you got to do all that other stuff needed, deliveries and everything like that. That being said, in this video, we're going to be discussing the pros and cons of the actual team driving itself. And at the end, you get to decide if it's good or bad for you. All right, so let's stay positive and let's talk about some of the pros. Some of the pros of actual team driving are going to be this. You're going to have somebody next to you who hopefully you do like and you choose to be with, and you actually get to build a great bond with that individual. The other thing that's going to be a pro is you actually get to travel places a lot faster, which means you don't have to do all the driving yourself. You can actually get from point A to point B much faster. And that's why trucking companies actually love team driving, because of the speed that actually happens inside the truck. Point number 3 that's going to be a pro is going to be the amount of money that you're going to make. So most of the time, because you're getting paid by the mile, because that truck is driving a lot more often, you're actually going to get paid a lot more money as an individual being a team driver. But the secret that most people don't tell you is if a couple or a group of friends or somebody who's in the same family unit become a team driver together, and both of those incomes go into one household, that's where you can make the most amount of money. On average, a team itself can produce about $150,000 to $200,000. That being said, all that is split halfway down the middle to driver A to driver B. So you can make a whole lot of money, especially if that's all going into one household itself. Now, say that you are doing with your spouse, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is, or just even best friend. It's a great time to actually spend time together, see the entire country, see the sights, and actually have a great and amazing time. And there's going to be so many stories. So those are definitely the pros of actual going to becoming a team driver. And for a bonus round, because drivers are such in high demand right now, becoming a team driver and being okay with that, you actually get hired much faster than somebody who's not okay with it, right? Because when you're talking about the bigger companies out there, you're actually going to go through an orientation process where you're going to be forced to team drive with some type of trainer inside the truck for anywhere from 1 week to 1 month to 2 months, depending on the company and depending on your progression that you're going through. So either way, you're going to have to go through that. It's good to embrace that now before you actually get too late. That being said, let's talk about the cons of actually being a team driver. So one of the cons are you have to understand that a truck is about 8 foot wide, which means that you're going to be having 4 feet to your side and the other person has 4 feet to their side. And you're going to have to spend 24 hours a day with this individual, which means you're going to have to smell everything that comes in and out of this person's body. So all the food that they eat, all the farts that they fart, everything that's going on, you're going to get super close to this individual, and it's either going to bring you guys closer together or it's going to separate you guys extremely far apart, right? And you're going to have to understand the personalities that you're going with. Experiencing life with another individual that close to you all the time can be challenging if it's the wrong partner for you. That being said, making sure you're picking the right team player is definitely going to be important for your team driving experience. The other thing that you do have to understand is you're going to have to understand that you're going to have to compromise on a lot of things. Say you want to go eat on something simple, you want to go eat Mexican, and they want to go eat Italian. You're going to have to compromise, hey, where are we actually going to go eat? Because you can't split the truck up. You can't say, oh yeah, I'm going to take the truck here and you're going to take the truck there. It doesn't really work that way. You have to understand that you have to make sure that you have similar values. Most of the cons of team driving has to do with being with another individual and kind of having to compromise and not having full autonomy of what's going on. A lot of truck drivers actually get into trucking because they don't want to be micromanaged. They kind of just want to be left alone and they want to decide how their day goes. If that's something that you value extremely high, then becoming a team driver might not be the best option for you. Even though you might make more money on it, even though you might get places faster, it's probably not going to be the best option because you won't feel fulfilled. And if you're making more money without feeling fulfilled, you're just going to burn yourself out, and that's not fun either. All right. If we were to kind of wrap everything up all together, the main con of becoming a team driver is going to be that other individual. If that's a great individual, it's not a con, it's a pro. If it's a bad individual and you guys don't click or you guys have different values, then it's an extreme con because you're going to have to share everything. Even when it comes to going to the bathroom. Hey, I got to go to the bathroom, pull over. No, I don't have to go. Oh, we're going to be so close there. It's all about understanding your communication style. And also, there are going to be times where there's nothing to talk about and you have to be perfectly okay with silence with somebody else in the car. The other thing that you do have to understand, the other con is going to be when you are driving, they're most likely going to be sleeping for a good amount of time, and vice versa. Which means if they're a terrible driver and like doing potholes, you're going to get a nice massage on your bed because of all the jumping up and down that you're going to do, because you're going to be driving and sleeping all at the same time. So that being said, understand the pros and cons of actual team driving, and depending on the kind of person you are, depends if it's good or not. My recommendation is, and we actually have a lot of these individuals coming to the school, is if this is a goal that you and your wife or you and your husband have, is to travel the country and kind of make money together and reduce your expenses, becoming a team driver is great for couples, especially if you love hanging out with each other 24/7 all the time. There's going to be certain couples out there that just love it. And this is amazing because you actually get to experience life together. And all that income comes into one pot, which means now you can actually start saving and start growing this thing together. I was actually watching an interview on an individual who was doing this with his wife for the past like 10 or 15 years, sold everything. He had kept his expenses super low, and he actually had over $1 million saved up in cash. So now he can retire if he wants to, but he just loves it so much and he's able to experience life all the time. I mean, there's people who pay a lot of money to travel around the country in an RV. Imagine being with your family, being with your loved one, and actually travel the country and making money at the same time. So if you are somebody like that, becoming a team driver is amazing. If you're somebody who's a loner, team driving is definitely not for you. But either way, if you want to get your CDL license to even have the option to become a team driver or not, getting a CDL license is the first step for that. In order to get a CDL license, it's a two-step process. Step 1, you first have to pass a few different written tests to get yourself a CDL permit. Step 2, you're going to have to pass a 2.5-hour-long road test to get your actual license. And here at Driving Academy, we're the best school around that can help you out with all that. We have guaranteed training programs. And what does that mean? We're going to give you over 100 hours of training plus unlimited tries at the road test itself. We're open up 7 days a week, which means you get to pick your own training schedule that you do want. And then all you need to get started is $500 down. And we can work out an interest-free payment plan for the rest. So if you're interested in learning more about how our program works, I definitely invite you to go to our website, cdldrivingacademy.com. Again, cdldrivingacademy.com, and we could definitely help you out to get to the next level. Thanks. Have a great day. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. If you want to get your CDL license, you know where to go. Check out our website, cdldrivingacademy.com, right over there. And if you like this video, you'll definitely like this video right over here. So make sure you check that out. But before anything else, make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you soon.